All right, Pisces, here we go. So we are looking at how to deepen love for Pisces. How to deepen love. Like, what are the blocks that keep Pisces from achieving a deeper state of love? Okay? And this is whether you're in relationship or not. So if you're in relationship, it's how to deepen, how to sink into a deeper, more connected love in that relationship. And if you're not, it's what are the blocks, to work on to attract that deep love that you are looking for. Okay? All right. So far we have the Seven of Swords, the World, the Six of Wands, and we are going to get one more. Okay, Pisces. So, no, there we go. Queen of Cups. Alrighty. See if anything else comes out. Okay. No. Alrighty. So, Seven of Swords, the World, Six of Wands, and Queen of Cups for Pisces. What are the messages for Pisces? Yeah, I feel like what wants to come through for you right now is really a message about changing it up, like thinking outside the box, doing things very differently than what you are used to. Okay, so what does that mean? The Seven of Swords is really sometimes it's an energy of like trickery, lying, cheating, stealing, that kind of thing. But honestly, I really see the Seven of Swords as thinking outside the box, as doing things different than expected, as, kind of like, exploring with the non-typical or atypical, and just really doing things different than what would be your norm. Okay, and I do feel like in regards to relationship and deepening love, I do feel like that's huge for you. It's coming in with the World. It's coming in with closing out an old cycle and beginning a new cycle, right? Like it's like almost, it's like a fresh start. And so for you, when it comes to looking at relationship and how to really have deeper connections and deeper love with a partner, I really feel like it's taking a look at your old patterns, your old behaviors, your old ways of really doing things from courting, from dating, courting, from the beginning stages, from the middle stages, and even the end stages. Like taking a look at everything. Okay, so like when I say beginning stages, it's like, there's always this period, right? When you enter into a relationship, it's kind of like this 2-year period where everything is still kind of new. You're still learning about each other. And the energy is very different than after that stage, right? When you kind of, each other, the patterns, the responses, the behaviors, things like that, right? And then you kind of sink into this very different stage after that kind of honeymoon period, right? So this is what I'm saying. So I'm look at all of those different stages and look at the way, like take a deep dive, right? Like do some shadow work for sure. I really feel like Seven of Swords is definitely a card of shadow work as well. But take a deep dive, a deep look at like what are the things that you typically do at each stage of a relationship? Like what are your automatics? What is your subconscious programming around this? That are things that are automatic, right? And so oftentimes when things are automatic, when they're coming from the subconscious, we're not looking at them, right? They're not conscious. We're not consciously acting out these things. And so we have to take a step back and take a conscious look. Okay, what are my patterns? What do I normally do, when I'm, dating someone? Or what do I normally do when, we've reached that 2-year mark and, I feel different, or, whatever it is. It's like the Seven of Swords is really saying, like, take a look at those things, because those are the things that, when you become aware of them, you can change them and you can do them differently, right? Again, Seven of Swords, taking a look at the things you do and doing them differently, okay? Thinking outside of the box and making some real changes. So a lot of times, this is kind of a side note, but a lot of times when I do tarot readings, I always explain to, the querents, right? People asking for the reading, asking the questions. I always explain to them, let them know that nothing is set in stone, right? And the best predictor of the future is always the present moment. It's the decisions that you make in the present moment that are the best predictors of the future. And so at any given time, right, at any moment, you can make a decision that is totally outside of the norm for what you would normally do, and it can change your whole trajectory, right? So tarot really just picks up on trajectories. When we look towards the future, we are looking at what is the energetic resonance right now, and based on that energetic resonance, the trajectory kind of like puts you in this place where these certain potential outcomes are way more likely than maybe these that exist over here, that that you would reach on a different trajectory, right? And what creates the trajectory are all the decisions that you make, right? They set you in motion on a certain path. So at any given time, you can change it up. You can make a completely different decision, incorporate a completely different pattern, and what that will do for you is open up completely different possibilities, okay? And so I feel like that's really important for you in regards to relationship. It's like, change it up. If you're not happy with the results that you've been getting, change it up. Start doing something different, okay? And you'll see how powerful this is. Like, not just in the realm of relationship, but in the realm of whatever you do. If you're not satisfied with business, change up your patterning, change up your behaviors, make different decisions, and it's going to put you on a different path that leads you to a different destination, okay? But ultimately, I think, Pisces is you're really someone who wants to connect deeply. This is important to you, to be able to connect deeply with others, with anything really, not just people, but we are looking at relationships, and I feel like for you it's important to have a deep and meaningful relationship, in order for it to be fulfilling for you. And so I really feel like changing up these behaviors is really going to lead you to a place of like surrender, complete surrender to the opening of the heart. The Queen of Cups always gives me this feeling of heart opening, especially in this particular deck, because it's like she's throwing up her hands and she's in surrender. She's just allowing her heart to be open. No more blocks, no more restrictions. It's just surrender to this heart opening. And I really feel like that's where you'll be. It'll be, I mean, look at this, like the World and the Six of Wands. That is a complete, utter victory in in change, in a new cycle. It's like this new cycle that is just like, it's just all this light coming in, and it just opens everything up for you, okay? Just by making a few different decisions, like being aware of your pattern, and then making a few decisions or changes that completely change up that pattern and set you on a new trajectory. All right. Okay, Pisces, I want to see this happen for you. Like, let me know. Let me know what you think. And of course, like, just go out there and do it. Live life. All right. Love you lots. Bye-bye.